Well, hello and welcome to our VNI partner training for Saturday, February 22nd. It's just after 11 a.m. Eastern, and I'm excited to be joining you. For those of you, in fact, all of you that were on the meeting platform early, thank you for your patience. I was having a couple of challenges, but y'all know the price of leadership. Sometimes we have to be a duck in water. So calm up top, below the surface, all kinds of paddling. So anyway, glad you're with us. Excited to spend some time with you this morning. And again, I'll share with you, as I mentioned to a few of our leaders and emerging leaders in pre-conference, that sun, this is a new home office. I just moved a few weeks ago. And I apologize. It looks like 11 a.m. is not a good time for the sun right now. So I'm probably going to be fading kind of in and out. So just bear with me. Great to see Ed and Gina leading by example as always. Donna Morrow, Cynthia Rose, Cynthia Sauer, Chris Sauer, Annette Collins, Abner Fisher, and on and on and on. Thank you so much, y'all. Appreciate it. We're going to have a great call. This might not take the full hour. We usually take a full hour, but I prepared content earlier, and it might not take the full hour. So let's see where we are here. Hold on a second. I'm going to get my chat bar ready. Got to do one thing on the chat bar that I was running late on. I'm typing, just give me 1 second. Okay. This is what I want to start our time together with, and it's something I've been thinking about the last couple of days and worked on earlier this morning. One of the things that's so important, whether you're a brand new partner in the world of VNI or whether you're one of our seasoned leaders, there's a few things that I think are relevant and important to remind ourselves of each day, if possible, sometimes multiple times a day. All of you have different goals and different objectives with your VNI business. And that's one of the beautiful things about our model. At the same time, there are some commonalities, no matter what your vision is, no matter what your goals and objectives are. There's some common principles, there's some common thoughts, there's some common attributes that we all share. And that's what makes this whole mission of VNI a shared vision for all of us. Whether your goal is to build a small customer base and have your products paid for yourself and your family, that is a wonderful goal. In fact, Cynthia Sauer, those of you that have heard Executive Director Cynthia Sauer share her story, that was her vision initially, was to share these products that she knew would bless people and have some commissions and thank you checks that will come back that would more than offset, or at least offset initially, the expense and the investment of the products for herself and her family. That's a wonderful vision. If your vision is to go Envoy and be on the next Envoy experience trip and then go Envoy and beyond to Ambassador, Crown Ambassador and beyond, then that's great too. But no matter where your vision is currently, I want to start with a simple statement, and I encourage you as leaders to ponder this. If it makes sense, internalize this into your shepherding and coaching and training of your team. But think about this. This is a statement that I want to make, that I want to explore with you for a few minutes as we set the sails for today's event. VNI is simple, it's fun, and it's something you can do. It's simple, it's fun, it's something you can do. Now, write that down. And by the way, I'm a big believer in, coaching, shepherding, leading your team, but I am also a big believer that everyone should take responsibility for the business. And in a lot of cases, not always, but in a lot of cases, all of us, should take our own notes, because, Gina Bender might share a coaching, Ed Bender might share a coaching, Ken Nasmus might share a coaching, Michael Saletti might share a coaching, Abner Fisher might share a coaching or a teaching or a training message with you and me, but you might take away some nuggets that are different than what resonates with me based on kind of where we are at that particular moment in time. Not just where our business is, but where our mindset is, where our heart is. And so it's important. I could, you could take notes for me, and it's not going to mean as much because the things that jumped out to you that maybe resonated with you are not necessarily the things that are going to jump out and feed me based on where I'm at right now. Does that make sense? So it's great. PowerPoints are great, and that's why we use them a lot. Helping with outlines is important, and that's why we do that a lot, but not always. So just as a leader, make sure you exercise some discernment, because there's nothing that takes the place of me listening to you. Listening to you coach, and I've got my V&I success journal, and I've got my pen, and I'm taking notes. And the things that are going to jump out to me might be different again than the things that jump out to you. So V&I is simple. That's one of the things that I want to start with. Whether you're brand new or whether you're one of our seasoned leaders, make sure you're keeping V&I simple. Make sure you're as best you can. Now, we have a lot of complexity to these amazing products. You know that. We've got a lot of depth. We've got an incredible detailed science. When you look beyond the value proposition with our protozoaming technology, there's a lot of complexity. And for those of you, hopefully all of you, that have seen our videos, particularly our 5-minute science video or our 10-minute overview, we spent almost 6 figures last year with the agency, a very, very amazing group, a NASDAQ public company, an incredible technology company with an amazing creative team. And it was very difficult to create, and candidly very expensive to create, a visual representation with accuracy of what protozoaming does inside our body at a cellular level. Now, remember, we're talking about keeping it simple. So there's a lot of complexity there. But as a company, as all of you know, our tagline is for V&I, for our products, part of our mission related to blessing people in their health, their physical health, is nutrition that gets in. So while protozoaming technology is extraordinarily complex, it's proprietary, it's a combination of intellectual property and trade secrets, the benefit to the person that you might be sharing with, the benefit to you and the benefit to me as customers that consuming these products, and our families, is that it's nutrition that gets in. Okay, so that's one simple example of being simple. Keep it simple. That's one of the things that just keep that in the back of your brain as you're, particularly if you're brand new, as you start sharing and caring, as you start using the V&I Life app and using it to share the amazing tools that we have. Just remember, by the way, if you're brand new and you haven't downloaded the V&I Life app, my phone's waking up. You want to do that immediately. One of the things I want to share, I don't know why my iPhone's being so slow, but that's the V&I Life app. And why are you not opening? Goodness gracious. Remember the duck in water comment? It's kind of consistent with why? Give me just 1 second. Might be because I've got 43 windows open. There we go. I'm going to reboot my phone. So what's interesting is we want to make sure every there we go. Okay, pull to refresh. So every time you log into your V&I Life app, you want to pull down just like that, and it's refreshing. Okay, and I already did that, so it's spinning. So now it's refreshed. So any updates that the marketing team has added, any content, any videos, the monthly corporate leadership call from last Tuesday night, all of that's there. PDFs on the products, all of our videos, all of that's there. So here's the point. One of the keys to keeping your business simple and focusing on simplicity so that people understand, so that people want to take a step forward towards you and towards V&I, and they want to engage with the products, and they want to engage with the business. One of the keys for them is it's got to be simple. We got to keep it simple. And one of the keys to keeping it simple is using and leveraging your VNI Life app. You can build your entire business. I'm refreshing again. You can build your entire business from a smartphone or tablet. So make sure you're leveraging the VNI Life app when you're sharing and caring, because when the person you're sharing with, here's what you got to understand. The person that you're sharing with, from a consumer perspective, if we don't understand, we usually don't trust. That's human nature. If we don't understand, there's usually a wall that comes up, and that's not what we want. You're sharing and caring. We always talk about, with a smile on your face and love in your heart, we're wanting to bless people with these products. And so we don't want them to build a wall. We want them to trust. We want them to recognize that what we're doing, we're not doing something. When we share VNI products, this is so important. We're not doing something to people, like trying to make a sale. We're doing something for people, mission driven. Okay, missionaries, not mercenaries. So that's the goal. So part of keeping it simple is so that the individual that you're sharing with, that you're dialoguing with, you don't want the walls to come up. The other piece of it is this: when you're from a partner acquisition, partner development standpoint, when you're sharing the VNI products, when you're sharing our company and our platform, if you do it in a way that's complicated with lots of steps, where I've got to jump on a 30-minute phone call and then get on another hour three-way call and then another 30-minute call and then plug into the Thursday night Zoom, if you're doing it in a way that's very complex, and I'm sorry, I know the light's coming in and out, very complex and very time-consuming, then the person you're sharing with is much less likely to say to themselves, I can do that. They're much less likely to say to themselves, I want to do that. So keeping it simple is a very important mission. And the VNI Life app, your VNI Life app, is the critical tool and resource. It's really a platform for you as a VNI partner to build the business that you're dreaming about, the business that you aspire to, whatever your vision is. So the statement, VNI is simple, fun, and something you can do. Make sure we're keeping it simple. Now, what about the fun part? Here's one of the keys that I've learned. Having fun does not mean you're not going to get out of your comfort zone. But having fun is a mindset based on what you're choosing to focus on. Think about, to make it fun for you, and you got to personalize it. So this is a little bit of homework here. You know, you could even ask yourself a good question on this particular topic. How can I have more? Here's a great question. As the leader of your VNI business, how can I make it more fun? Think about that. How can I have more fun with my VNI business? We've got a great group of people. We're mission driven. That's my son replying back, love you too. I don't know if y'all can see that, which is awesome. How can you make it fun? How can you make it more enjoyable? What can you do to make it more enjoyable? How about focusing on some of the attributes of the VNI model that are appealing to you? So for example, for me, these are some ideas. The ability to work flexible hours and not be told you have to punch in at, if it's a part-time business, for example, a part-time job, you got to be there at 5:30 and work till 9:30 or 10, or, a normal job, you got to punch in at 8 and you got to leave at 5 and you have 1 hour for lunch. What about the flexibility to build your own business and to work the hours that you choose to work? What about that? That's that freedom and flexibility. What about uncapped earnings potential based on your own performance? As big as you can dream, as hard as you're willing to work. How big of a team do you want? How many customers do you want? What kind of volume do you want? So nobody's telling you this is all you can do. This is all you can be with VNI. So it's untapped. There's unlimited opportunity based on your vision. That, to me, that's fun. That's exciting. What about, you can tie the fun comment, the fun context to, carrot motivation or stick motivation. So we've talked about a couple carrots, that the idea of helping people become more healthy. So the mission driven aspect of blessing people with these products, meeting a need in the marketplace, meeting a desire that's extremely important to most men and women in the US and Canada and actually around the world. What about that? But also, that's carrot. What about stick? How about, how much fun is it going to be? How's it going to feel for you to pay off that credit card debt? Maybe you've got some credit card debt. Like I don't have it now by the grace of God, but I've had it in my life, obviously, more than once. Maybe that's one of your targets for your V&I business. You want to create $500 a month or $1,000 a month to pay off credit card debt. How will that feel? I mean, that's a fun concept to think about. You build your business to manager, executive manager, your product's paid for, go director. Your product's paid for you and your family. And you got a few $100s a month to knock off credit card debt faster. That to me, that's fun. So again, a lot of it is our mindset. It's what we choose to focus on and the meaning that we attach to that. So V&I is simple. It's fun. I encourage you, if you're not having fun, it doesn't mean we're not going to have good days and bad days. But what it does mean is when you're building this, particularly as a part-time venture, you want to make it fun for yourself. And when you're coaching and shepherding your team, and a lot of times that's just simply a matter of focus. Am I focusing on what I'm not happy about? Am I focused on what's not going on with my business? Or am I focused on the freedom and the flexibility and the opportunity and being around positive, like-minded people? That we've got right now, let me check. We've got just short of 30 people plugged into this event live as of right now. Think about this. There's a million places you could be. Well, maybe not a million. There are a lot of places you and I could be, but we're choosing to come together and share ideas to learn and grow together. Ed and Gina did a fabulous training last Saturday. Opportunity to get together, learn from leaders that have done it, leaders that are doing it. That's to me, that's fun. Being in a learning community is enjoyable. So you got to tap into that for yourself. V&I is simple, fun, and it's something you can do, folks. This ties into the concept of belief, believing what's possible. Okay, just think about that. So do you really believe whatever your vision and goal is with V&I? Do you believe that it's possible for you? It's possible for others. So intellectually, others have gone director, executive director, all the way through envoy and ambassador at this point. Ambassador going crown. That kind of volume. That customers, we've got thousands of customers enjoying these products every single month. So that people are loving these products. We've got customers that have been with us for over 6 years, not just partners. We've got partners that have been earning a consistent income every single month for over 6 years. So the model works. Some of those partners have been earning, they built a customer base, built a small business. They've been earning basically a passive residual off of reorders of the product for years now, years and years and years. We've got customers that have been enjoying these products for over 6 years. So it works. It does. The question is it working for you? And so part of creating an atmosphere within your own workspace and your own mind as you're leading yourself. Ken Nasmith did a great training, a great call earlier this month on self-leadership. I hope if you missed it, go back and get caught up on all the calls. This is, good stuff, monthly kickoff call. But V&I is simple, it's fun, it's something you can do. What I've learned from experience is you don't have to necessarily, as you're building and launching your V&I business, you don't have to be at a point of conviction that that you're going to be successful in this business. Sometimes all it takes is opening up your mind and your heart and saying, it's possible. If he can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it. It's possible. And then you take that first step. And then you keep thinking it's possible. And you take that next step. All of a sudden, 6 months, 9 months, a year down the road, you're off and running. So I encourage you to embrace that statement, consider it. If it makes sense to you like it does me, I want you to incorporate it. I want you to teach and train it to your team. Because I think it's one of the things that is so unique about the VNI model, because of our products, because of our science, because of our compensation plan, because of the tools and resources, specifically the VNI Life app, which is the platform that combines all the tools along with your website and back office. But the VNI Life app is by far the tip of the spear for you reaching your goals. Because of all those things and more, the character, the credibility of our founders, each of the talent that every one of you brings to the mission, VNI is simple, it's fun, and it's something you can do. If you'll embrace that and remind yourself of some of those points that we've talked about, I think it's going to help you every day and every week. It really is. And be willing to put some work. You know, I would encourage you as a team, get some of your key leaders together after the call today or over the weekend or first part of next week or Monday night, whenever you want to, Monday night, and talk about this. Talk about the 3 points: simple, fun, something you can do, and go a little bit deeper, because that's going to help set a foundation. Now, one of the things I also want to talk about today, moving forward, is it's important to understand that people not only need what you're bringing to the market, what we're bringing to the market with VNI, they need it and they want it. I'm going to send that in the chat bar. I'm going to say need and desire. Okay, people need what we're bringing to the market and they want it, they desire it. And I want to talk about that from two perspectives for a few minutes. Let's first talk about it from a product standpoint. Okay, and I think that, you know, this is going to be fairly intuitive, but people are spending money right now, and lots of it, to look better, feel better, have more energy, lose weight, avoid and prevent disease, get fit, get healthy, slim the waistline, live longer, live better, add more life to their years, add more years to their life, all of the above. People are spending, as we talk about every Thursday night, billions of dollars on wellness, personal physical wellness. Now, not everyone. The statistics, the most recent credible statistics are 3 out of every 4, 75% of adults in North America are supplementing. So that means they recognize the need, that they're not getting all the nutrition from their diets, and they have a desire to live healthy. Now, some people, look, let's face it, some people, sometimes, unfortunately, health is what's called a deficiency need, which means people don't value it until they lose it. And that's a shame, because and that doesn't mean we don't share it with them. But think about it this way. I'll say it this way. I know people that refused, I know college friends that are in heaven now, that refused to focus on wellness because they felt great. I've got a friend that dropped from a heart attack at 49 about 4 or 5 years ago. He thought he was healthy. He refused, you know, some people, I'll take it away from him. Some people refuse to focus on prevention because you can't feel prevention. Y'all know when chronic disease or chronic illness presents itself, it's been active in the body, in some cases for a long time, in some cases for years. So we're communicating a message. We're bringing a message of health, hope, and abundance, and it's a message of prevention. Let's give your body the resources to do and perform at its best before it breaks down. That's the goal. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. Now, if you're like me, like some of you know the kind of the journey that I've gone through, sometimes you can think you're doing your best, but stress gets in the way, genetics gets in the way, etc. But you start with the VNI products and you start giving your body the resources to repair and renew and restore. And that's exciting. So there's a need and a desire that most people, not all, but most people recognize, that ties into the mission of our products. We have unique proprietary products with unparalleled scientific validation. And that's, what does that mean? That means when you share, you can share with confidence, the confidence of having 48 peer-reviewed, published clinical studies on our finished products, with more underway right now. I'll be with Bill and Kim Downs on Monday with a group of healthcare professionals and some of our scientists, talking about the most recent clinical study on performance that's going on with Protovite. It's underway. That study's underway right now. We as a company are continuing to invest in giving you and our customer community and future customers cutting edge products backed by science that deliver real results. And that's exciting. So I hope you're excited about that. I really hope you're excited about that. So recognize there's a need and a desire for people to feel better physically and to protect their health, restore their health, etc. And we're meeting an incredible need. Now, there's also a need and desire in the marketplace for what you're bringing. So again, we're not doing something to people when we're sharing VNI, we're doing something for people. And I promise you, if you'll marinate on that a little bit, you're gonna be more effective this upcoming week than maybe you've ever been. We're not doing something to people, we're doing something for people. There's a need and desire for the benefits of our amazing products, and there's a need and desire for our business model. Now, we've talked about it a little bit before, but there's a trend, a major economic trend now, and it's called the gig economy, or the new gig economy. And you could Google it and you'll see a ton of stuff about it. And what it's basically, the reality of this trend, it's not a fad. Fads are like the pet rock or chia pets. They're here today, gone tomorrow. Economists and experts are saying this is a trend that's not going to go away. And I'll just go ahead and say it this way. VNI, you and I, you're positioned in front of this major global trend with a very unique business model that meets a real need and real desire. Okay, so the new gig economy has a lot of men and women wanting to control their own lives, wanting to be their own boss, wanting to control their own destiny, wanting to create an additional cash flow. Some of you have hopefully heard, had a conference call, had a meeting yesterday with Ken Nasmith, and we had a conference call with Suzanne Brady, and we're talking about multiple streams of income. The most people now want, many need, and most desire additional streams of income. Now here, think about this. Think about the need side of that. All right. It is my belief, and studies show this, that most people around the world, in the US, even in the US, most people and families, if their primary source of income dried up, went away, stopped, if their primary source of income stopped, most individuals and families are 30 to 60 days away from financial ruin. 30 to 60 days. Think about that. There's vulnerability there. There's a need there for an additional source of income. There's a need for diversification. There's a need to create an additional income stream so that the family and the individual is not vulnerable. Most people are 36 to 60 days away from financial ruin if their primary source of income dried up. So what we're doing is we're saying, hey, keep blooming where you're planning. You love your job, you know, or even, but your job's taking care of the family. That's great. How about taking a few hours a day, or a few hours a week, or 1 hour a day, or 10 hours a week, whatever it is. Carve out some time based on your dream and your vision and your goals, and let's have some fun. The VNI model is simple, it's fun, it's something you can do. Let's lock arms and create an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month for your family over the next 1 or 2 years part-time, and take some pressure off, give you some options, build up a savings account, build up a little nest egg. How about that? How about supplementing retirement? How about children's education? Whatever the reason, whatever the motivation, there are both needs and desires in the marketplace that we're meeting with the V&I business model. And it's important that we're passionate in sharing that too, because it's like Ed Bender says, our business model is one of our products. Our mission is to, as you know, assisting people in becoming beacons of health, hope, and abundance. Our model is blessing people physically with our products and financially with our business. So V&I meets a need, a very real need and desire. People are looking for better health physically. People are looking for better health financially. The new gig economy, more and more people, whether it's driving Uber at night, whether it's renting out vacation properties through Airbnb, whether it's using the Amazon marketplace and selling old furniture and buying and selling. It's unbelievable. My youngest son, he's 14, and he's trading shoes. And I'm talking like basketball shoes. There's a whole aftermarket economy, a marketplace on buying and selling basketball sneakers. It's unbelievable the money some of these individuals are paying, and they're buying limited edition. I'm not even going to try to pretend to know the names. I mean, it's unbelievable what my son knows. And he's buying and selling and collecting shoes, and he's got them in all boxes. It's a business. He's got a side gig. He made a couple $100 just last week. So that's an example of a teenager who's not afraid to hustle. And it's all good stuff. People, I mean, it's like buying and selling commodities, or buying and selling furniture, or buying and selling art. It's the same. There's a marketplace there. And I never knew that. That's a simple example of a side gig to create extra cash flow for whatever reason. So people are looking, and they're never going to know about that V&I meets that need and meets their desires unless we share. They'll never know. So I want you to think about making sure that you buy in your head and your heart to the reality that V&I is simple, it's fun, and it's something you can do. And then merge that with the reality that the people that you're going to be sharing with, not all, but most, have a need or desire that V&I fits. In other words, V&I, us as a mission, as a vehicle, can help them get where they want to go. So that's why we have to kind of get out of ourselves when we're sharing and listen to their needs and listen to their desires and show them how V&I can help them get where they want to go, or V&I can help them get something, a need that's important to them, or a desire that's important to them. So in the sharing process, sharing and caring, you invite, we talk about all the time, invite, share, follow up, invite people to learn about V&I. And then in the share, use the V&I Life app to keep it simple. Share the content, let the tools do the work. Then the next step is get your upline involved with three-way calls. Get me involved, especially if they're looking to build a business. And during that sharing process, focus on getting to know that individual, whether they're an existing friend or a new friend, and focus on their needs and desires in a way where you have deep understanding. Listen empathically, listen with compassion, listen with empathy, again, said differently. Listen with empathy where they're coming from, where they want to go, and look for how V&I can help them get where they want to go. Now, we talked Tuesday night. I shared briefly a couple of quick questions that I want you to start practicing. If you didn't listen to last Tuesday's monthly corporate leadership call, please go back and listen to it. Well, we talked about asking very good permission-based questions. I'm looking for my notes. See, I take notes. I'm looking at my notes from the call Tuesday night. Asking permission-based questions, like, for example, on the product side, do you have a wellness plan? That question is designed to uncover a need or desire in a conversational way. So do you have a wellness plan? Are you pleased with the results you're currently getting with your wellness plan? Would you be open to another idea that has helped many other people? That's part of that kind of the invitation process. And I shared some other questions you can ask, find good questions related to the opportunity. Hey, have you ever explored ways of earning additional income? Or in other ways, you could say, have you ever created a side gig? What's a side gig? Oh, if you're not familiar with that, that's a big trend right now where so many people are creating additional cash flow from home as their own boss, as a 1099 independent contractor in most cases, where they're in complete control. There's ways, and there's a lot better questions than that. But keep in mind the point. We're looking to uncover needs and desires during the sharing process. Invite, share, follow up. The next step is, you're sharing information, but you're also listening. You're also listening for needs and desires. And then the key is with integrity, in a spirit of service and contribution. The key is to say, okay, V and I can help you get where you want to go. V and I can help you satisfy that need or that desire that we've been talking about. Let's do this. Let's get your order placed. Let's get you on a subscription. And I want to introduce you to, the next step is I want to introduce you to a couple of my partners that are going to really be helpful in helping lead you and coach you. Okay, you see how all this comes together? So I want to close with a couple of questions. And these are questions that some of you have heard before. But we always want to make sure you anchor everything that you do with your V&I business to why. Why should you build a V&I business? And only you can answer that. But you need to be able to answer that. So leaders, when you're coaching and working and encouraging and shepherding your team, ask them their why. Ask them if they've updated their why. And if they say, you know what, it's the same why I had last year or last month, say, well, great, but do me a favor, share it with me. Because there's value, there's benefit in articulating your vision out loud and what's most important to you. And have them share it again. The more you can articulate from the heart, the more you're going to deepen that conviction of why you're building the V&I business. So why should you build the V&I business? Only you can answer that. It's a personal answer for each person, for each member, each partner, each member of the community, each member of the team. Another question would be, why not? Where else can you go and have cutting edge intellectual property, products, unique products that you can't get anywhere else? Patents pending, 48 peer-reviewed published clinical studies on our finished products. Where else can you go and build a business with products of this caliber that make the kind of impact that our customers and partners are experiencing our amazing products? Why not? Where else can you go? Where else can you go and have a platform that makes the business simple? Now, it's not going to do it for you. You know that. But it makes it simple. The V&I Life app pulls everything together on one simple platform. So you say, why am I building V&I, or why would I want to for people that are looking? Then you say, why not? Why not? Where else are you going to go to have that kind of flexibility to engage in cutting edge products, to have access to the top leadership of our leader partners, access to our founder, our CEO, your president, your COO, access to the scientists, access to the research, cutting edge technology? Everything's in place. So why not? The next question is, why not you? Why not you? If Ed and Gina can do it, you can do it. If Ken Nasmus can go executive director part-time with just a couple hours a week, you can. Why not? Why not you? That's where it gets back to recognizing and embracing the reality that this is possible for you. You can do this, and we'll help. You got a team of individuals, including our amazing customer care department, that's there to help you every step of the way. Each one of us needs to take responsibility for their own business and manage what's between our ears, but you got all the resources there. So why not you? And the last question is, why not now? What are we waiting for? And of course, the answer is we're not waiting. So if you're waiting, what are you waiting for? Waiting for the stars to align, for everything to be perfect in your life, for your desk to be great, for the sun to not be in the eyes for a Zoom conference. Sometimes the show must go on. Again, today is a perfect example for me. The show goes on and we just do our best. And you know, I think that's the first time I've ever been late, actually, with the exception of one in a year and a half for one of our Zooms. And y'all were gracious, but you know what? It happens. So we just do the best you can. And the point is, there's never a perfect time. There's never a perfect time. You just take action, get in the game, roll up your sleeves. We talk about it all the time. Leadership is action and adjustment, action and adjustment, action and adjustment. John Maxwell calls it failing forward. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. So why not now? There's never a perfect time. I always tell people, the perfect time. That was a rabbit trail. I'm not going to go on a rabbit trail. I'd change my mind. The perfect time never exists. And I'll put it this way: an imperfect plan put into action today is better than a perfect plan put into action tomorrow or next week. Have a do it now mentality with urgency, a pay now, play later mentality. And you'll be amazed at what happens. Consistency is the key, folks. Urgency, do it now, and then consistency. We talk about it all the time. Do a little bit every day to grow your business. Stay plugged in exactly like you're doing today, and teach your team to stay plugged in. Don't be an island. Don't isolate, but also be consistent. Okay, consistency is people ask. It's a great question, but people ask, what's the secret? If there is a secret, y'all, it's consistency. But y'all know this. Everybody on this, not everybody, but most of you that I see are parents. Some of you are grandparents. Being a great parent one day is wonderful, but you can't be a great parent one day and then the next day say, well, look, I was a great day. I was a great dad yesterday, or I was a great grandparent yesterday. I'm not going to, yesterday I got it covered. It's every day. You got to show up every day. One of my mentors used to say, you want to be hugely successful. He used to say this all the time. You want to be hugely successful. And this, for me, it was in business. He said, just show up. Just show up. And that'll separate you from 90 to 95% of the population. Now, if you want to be enormously successful, show up every day. Show up every day. Now, what does that mean for us? That means invite, share, follow up every day. Focus on your share activity every day. And recognize that consistency is the key to momentum. Leading by example and then teaching and training your team to do exactly what you're doing. So V&I is simple, it's fun, it's something you can do. We're meeting needs and desires both physically with our wellness products and financially with our business model. We're doing something for people, not to people. And why not you and why not now? There's never been a better time to build. We're a six-year rock solid foundation. We've got a new product launch coming out the end of April that's going to knock your socks off. We've got everything in place today for you to start taking positive steps forward and creating a cash flow for yourself and your family. And there are people that you can reach that none of the rest of us can, that need these products, that desire these products, that need this business, that desire this business. And the only way they're going to learn about it is through you. So don't think of that as an obligation. Think of that as an opportunity. Think of that as a privilege to share V&I with your sphere of influence and the people that God has picked out for you to meet. The people that you're going to meet later today, this weekend, next week. Okay. So thanks so much, y'all. Again, appreciate your patience earlier on the first couple minutes when I was late, but have an awesome day. Let's go and grow. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk soon. God bless. Bye-bye.